Committee on Parole is called to order. Today's date's May 22nd, 2025. My name is Danny Bauer. I'm serving as your chairman today. Can you hear me down there? Can you speak? We want to hear.
Yes.
Okay, y'all can hear us. We can hear you. Great.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sounds good. The panel today is still at headquarters in Baton Rouge. Our remote location this time is Ascension Parish Jail. If the jail staff, would you please introduce yourself for the record?
Staff Sergeant Danielle Plaisance.
Sergeant Plaisance, thank you. And Mr. Corney, would you please introduce yourself by stating your full name and DOC number for the record?
Byron Corner, 3895-711-574.
We're good. You and your paperwork from your previous preliminary hearing, and it was determined at that hearing that you were not eligible for appointed counsel based on Supreme Court guidelines that you can read and write and understand the nature of this proceeding. That's your signature on that form up there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So based on Supreme Court guidelines, you're not going to be eligible. But we will go ahead and have the hearing since you understand. I'm going to read to you the violation that it's alleged that you have committed and ask you then to respond by saying you're guilty, guilty with the statement, not guilty, or not guilty with the statement. And the parole officer advises us that you violated your parole by violating condition number 4. You were booked on 10/27/24 by the Gonzales Police Department with domestic abuse battery and simple battery under Ascension docket number 634363. The charge of simple battery has been now processed, and the charge of domestic abuse battery has been amended to a lesser charge of disturbing the peace, and that you did plead guilty to that disturbing the peace charge and was sentenced to serve 90 days in the parish jail with special conditions. How do you plead to that?
Not guilty.
Not guilty?
Not guilty with the statement.
Not guilty with the statement. Okay. All right. Ms. Stapleton is assigned your case, and she's going to go a little deeper into that not guilty with the statement and go from there.
Okay, sir. I was reading the police report about the domestic violence, and that at that time the wife was talking to him, and she said that you hit her on the left eye with a closed fist. And the reason all of this started was because you went through her phone and found that she had talked to another man. Want to tell me about that?
That's not true. That's not true at all. It was the opposite of way. I woke up one morning and my friend had called my phone, and my wife had to go to work, and I was communicating with another female, and my wife kind of got, aggravated and, heated in a moment, and we got into an argument. That's not true. And I never put my hands on it. We were just in an argument.
Well, they found probable cause at the hearing, the preliminary hearing, that it was true based upon the police report and statements.
Yes, ma'am, they did find a proper cause to send me to the board, but the police report is not true. That's a lie.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you attend the anger management, 10-week anger management at your own expense? Did you do what that was a condition?
I never got released to get involved with that. I stayed in jail the whole time because of the parole hold.
Oh, okay. All right, because I was wondering about that. You pled guilty, though. It says here the domestic battery was amended to a lesser charge of disturbing the peace, misdemeanor, and you pled to disturbing the peace.
Domestic violence got thrown out completely because it was dropped. It was thrown out. Did not want to press charges. And simple battery was the charge that got dropped down to a disturbing the peace.
And you pled guilty
to disturbing the peace.
Your wife is here, and I believe she wants to speak. Is that true? Would you like to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you want to tell us what you have to say?
Oh, the first thing is the police report is a lie. I lied because I was trying to get back because I felt like he was cheating on me and I was mad. So I felt like if you want to play with my heart, I wanted to play with your freedom at the time. The police did get called because my grandmother likes a quiet house and it had a lot of noise in her house.
What about the biting one?
My uncle has a condition, a medical condition where he bites on himself. He has mental problems. The doctors are still trying to figure out like why he does that.
So when the police saw that, they thought your husband, got into a physical altercation with him and bit him.
Yeah, yeah, and
Did
he
he-
didn't.
Would it try to step in and break up the fight between you and your husband?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Did he try, was he the man that stepped in between you and your husband to break up the fight? And that was one of the things that caused all the, I guess, noise in the house?
Yes, ma'am, but there was no physical altercation at all. It was a lot of screaming and yelling.
Somebody take him to the hospital?
No, he didn't go.
I'm just going to tell you this for your own information, because actually we have this often that even the police will see physical injuries on a person, and then they will can't, and they will tell the DA they lied. That's not unusual. And then in a domestic violence situation. So just in case you were telling the truth that night and you felt like you had to recant because it got him into a lot of trouble, I'm just going to tell you that if you would ever want to, there's some numbers that you can call and speak to people confidentially. It's the National Domestic Violence Coalition, and then Louisiana has the Coalition Against Domestic Violence. You can Google the number, you can call there, and you will have somebody to talk to that's probably been through the same things, and everything you say will be confidential, and it's a good resource that you can go to, just in case everything you said was really true. So that's all.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions?
Mr. Prater, you got any questions?
No, sir, I don't have any questions. I don't.
Guess we're ready to vote. Ms. Stapleton, you're the first vote.
Mr. Carney, I'm gonna revoke you today, and you did plead guilty disturbing the peace charge, and you were charged with the other things that they found probable cause for, which was domestic abuse. So, but you did plead guilty to the disturbing the peace.
Sheriff Prater, Mr. Prater?
I concur. Parole is a privilege that you get after you've screwed up, and you're supposed to abide by the law completely and avoid the appearance of impropriety. And it's apparent that you're not willing to do that. My vote is to revoke also.
And I'll concur for the same reasons documented by Stapleton. So, Mr. Carney, today your parole has been revoked, and this concludes our business at the Ascension Parish Jail.